Now the entire drafting committee is here, and I would like to thank all of you on behalf of the entire rainbow of youngsters that we represent. We are a rainbow and we take pride in that. And people right now are busy with other movements. Jignesh, for example, is busy with the UNA movement. As you know, on the 11th of July, the UNA anniversary is coming up, and they are planning a big movement over there, which can again raise the issue of how, despite, after 1 year of the UNA public flogging, justice has not been served in those cases. And I would like to thank you on behalf of all the 25,000 people who are on record with us now, because as you know, Swara Bhaskar's petition asking for a Manav Suraksha Kanun has gotten 25,000 signatures in 48 hours. So it's not just us sitting here, it's a whole lot of people. The whole set of volunteers, the whole set of team members who have been working here, they are all from different political ideologies, and I trust that they are all present here. I would like to thank Amit Pathak, I would like to thank Gunja, I would like to thank Devashish, I would like to thank Pankari, Anand, Idrish, a whole lot of volunteers. I apologize if I missed out anyone. Akanksha, she has been working with us very hard on this campaign. We today are bigger than the 7 people sitting here on the stage, and we take pride in that. And we hope that this strength that is behind us, and I'm not talking about the strength of numbers, because even RSS talks about the strength of numbers. On every TV debate, whenever we go, they say, oh, but we won the election, but we won UP after Rabri. We are not talking about that strength. We are talking about the strength of ethics. We are talking about the strength of diversity that we represent. Today, even if you all were not there, even if these 25,000 people were not there, we would still be standing on sound ethical ground. And that's what we take pride in. And it's on the basis of that sound ethical ground that we today demand the Prime Minister to enact this law. We are opening it up for public consultation. The website stopmoblynching.com is live now, and the draft of the website, the draft of the law is up on the website, and we are inviting civil society and lawyers and everyone and the entire political class as well. We don't say we are apolitical or we don't like politics. Politics is very essential. Lynchings are happening because politics is happening. That's why politics needs to happen, but the kind of politics that will stop these lynchings. We invite all the political parties to give their feedback on this. And if they take us seriously, if they take this law seriously, then they must implement it. That is our very limited demand. And right now as we speak, there's violence happening in Bengal. And it is really unfortunate. The way the state government in Bengal is behaving, it's really a letdown. I mean, all that the state government has to say right now is that the RSS is creating this. And this is what we are talking about. We don't want this blame game. We are the new generation. We have a stake in this country. We are going to live in this country for the next 40, 50, 70 years, whatever it is. And that's why what happens here, we'll decide. We don't want this blame game. We don't want one party to say to another party that riots are happening because of you. Every party in this country has engineered riots. Let's get that straight. Now that we have got that one out of the way, we want everyone to realize that this is a need of the hour. It's not a political gimmick. It's not just a campaign or a movement that we are building in order to look good and have some good visuals. That's not it. It's a legal void that we are trying to fill. We feel that in the current law, many of the peculiarities of lynching are not covered. The existing law doesn't capture the essence of a lynching. The existing law doesn't capture the pattern under which lynchings happen. There will be a WhatsApp forward, there will be a rumor, there will be a dereliction of duty by the police, there will be a set of people who are taking concerted action, and that's really the basic point. That lynchings are not spontaneous. Lynchings are organized, these are instigated, mobs are incited into action. And that's what this law wants to address. I will leave the legal part for Sanjay ji because I am not part of the drafting committee, and I would like the members of the drafting committee who are sitting here, among them right now Anil ji and Sadaf, to comment upon the law. But I just want to make a few points. Najib, who is a JNU student, who is missing for more than 8 months now, the assault on him, there's no FIR against the assailants in the case of the assault on him. And that's because the law right now doesn't capture the essence of a lynching. People get away with light provisions. People get away with assault cases, or as in the case of Najib, not even an FIR. The police usually files a non-cognizable report. That is what happens. And if it is a case of murder, like Mohsin Sheikh's case in Pune, the killers are right now, they are out on bail, and the public prosecutor doesn't want to pursue the case. There's so much political pressure. If the mob that killed Mohsin Sheikh days after Narendra Modi becoming the Prime Minister was a spontaneous mob, then why is the public prosecutor today not ready to take up the case? This is our question. Who is putting pressure? Who is backing these mobs? And I brought up the Bengal example specifically to say that this blame game must end. RSS says we are not involved. If you are not involved, then why are you attacking us? Come with us, share the stage with us, pass our law. The BJP government at the center and the BJP government in the states, it's there for everyone to see what they've been doing. I don't want to repeat myself. Their ministers go and pay homage to lynching accused. Their MLAs say that they don't regret lynching. It's there for everyone to see. I shouldn't be stating the obvious, but that's not what we are here today to do. Today here, we are proposing a political action. And be it in Bengal, where the riot mobs feel empowered to arson and riot over a Facebook post written by a 17-year-old, or it is a Ravinder who gets killed for asking people not to urinate in public. We are here to say not in our name to all of this. None of this goes on in our name. And the people of India across 20 cities of the world have shown this is the way forward. Many of you asked us, what is the way forward? I believe that the youngsters, the people of India have shown what is the way forward. The way forward is to own up, is to disown this violence. It doesn't take place in our name. And now that we have done this, now we want the Prime Minister, we want the ruling party, we want the government to come up and say, not in our name either. Because these mobs, when they go out on the streets and they say that we are implementing the beef laws, they are acting in the name of the state. It's for the state. The onus is today on the Prime Minister, it's on the elected governments, on the police to say that mobs do not rule this country. And if they do, then they can say as much. But if they don't, then the Prime Minister, the police, the judiciary has to get up and say, not in our name. And this really needs to come from the government, and that's why we are not aiming for this to be a private member's bill. Because private member bills never get passed. We want the government to pass this bill. We want this to be placed before the cabinet. We want the cabinet to approve this bill, and we want the government to fill this legal void that exists, because of which people are getting away with minor kind of provisions, and because of which the real nature of lynching is not captured. And lynching is not just a crime against a person. It is a crime against the society. That needs to be understood, that these incidents are not isolated, these incidents are not spontaneous. When a person is lynched, when a transgender person is lynched, the message is clear. You are not part of us. You are not part of the society. You are different. You deserve to die. When a mentally unstable woman is lynched and her property is confiscated, the message is clear that disabled people don't deserve to live. When a Muslim is killed or when a Dalit is flogged in public, the message is clear. It's not a crime against one person. It's meant to terrorize the whole society into believing in a certain kind of homogeneous, dominated by one kind of ideology society. As we say, the spirit of our campaign is that we are a rainbow, and that's how we imagine this country to be. It doesn't matter whether someone is from BJP, someone is from Congress, someone is from RJD, it doesn't matter. We all deserve to live with dignity. And earlier we were calling this law Nagrik Suraksha Kanun, but We want to call it Manav Suraksha Kanun instead, because we've seen lynchings of African nationals, we've seen mob attacks on African nationals happening on the basis of rumors that the local community is aware of, but no one ever does anything about this. That's why we're calling it the Manav Suraksha Kanun and not just the Nagrik Suraksha Kanun. That's all I have to say now. If after the draft presentation is made, you have any questions about the law, Sanjay ji will answer those questions, but I would now like the other members of the panel to speak.